Who are you?
Yang, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, Raven. Yes, we do. Hello, students, and welcome to Theory Class. I'm running the class today instead of Steve, but he's stuck around anyway.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we will cover another RWBY theory.
But not just any RWBY theory.
On this day, the mystery of RWBY Volume 2's end credit scene is going to be solved. I will prove that it is undoubtedly a dream, but also when and where it happens in RWBY. So, let's jump straight into this theory, literally, with a Yang. As we know, Yang never truly knew Raven. She left, and Yang has been searching for her ever since. So when Yang finally meets her mum, it would be a big occasion. So let's have it as an end credit scene, leading into the next volume. That would be a great cliffhanger. However, Volume 2's end credit scene makes no real sense, seems chronologically out of place, and is seemingly forgotten about during Volume 3. Which is why the fans, including myself, have been wondering what this scene is and where it fits in the timeline. Well, I'm here today to shed some light on this mystery. There are 4 main points surrounding this scene which can be used to prove it's a dream and even prove when the dream occurs. Let's get straight into it. Point 1. The condition of Beacon. Point 2. Raven. Point 3. Yang's arm. And finally point 4. Yang's outfit. Now, I'm going to go through each point explaining how they prove it's a dream. So, let's take a look at Beacon during the scene. Throughout the whole scene, it becomes apparent that it's in perfect condition. There's no damage to anything, and even shows the huntsman statue outside the school. But that's not exactly what we should look at right now.
Oh, then what should we look at?
Well, technically it's nothing to do with Beacon itself, but more the edges of the scene. It's blurred. Why would they do that if it was just a regular occurrence? It's not been done anywhere else in RWBY, so why this scene in particular?
Actually, it has happened once in RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 4, during Yang's dream.
Exactly! It's only happened during a dream sequence. And the scene you're referring to cannot even be argued that it isn't a dream, because she wakes up from it during the same episode and suddenly nothing is blurred. This seems like an animation method by Rooster Teeth, basically saying to the viewers this scene is a dream.
Not bad, but you'll need more to convince me.
Well, my friend, that's point 1 of 4. So let's move on to point 2, Raven. This one is short but sweet. G. William Domhoff published a book on the meaning of dreams in 2013. His findings discovered 2 things relevant to this theory. 1 being women dream more frequently about family members, and 2 that Americans dream more about strangers. I know these 2 discoveries seem to contradict each other, but Yang never knew Raven. As she says in Volume 2, Chapter 6,
And that she'd left me with him just after I was born.
so Raven is a stranger to Yang. All she knows about her mum is her past, and that's pretty much it.
So, what exactly is the relevance of this?
Well, the whole scene revolves around Raven, who is Yang's mother but is still a stranger to her. Apply these findings to the scene, and it suddenly becomes much more plausible that this is in fact Yang's dream. Right then, I'm going to talk about point 3 and 4 together, as they hold similar points when talking about dreams. So as we can see, Yang is in her Volume 1 to 3 outfit, and has both arms intact. However, this isn't what's important right now. Think about Yang's personality during these volumes, then let's apply a little scientific dream study. Now let's see what happens. A 1995 study by Bernstein and Roberts shows the differences in dream content in male and female college students. Okay, really random, but bear with me on this, guys.
This ought to be good.
Their findings show that both sexes typically had dreams where they were the central character, interacting with one or more other characters. Extroverts' dreams are mostly set at night, and females partake in verbal aggression over physical aggression.
Interesting. But what does this show regarding the end credits scene?
Well, let's break down the scene using these findings. It starts with Yang walking through Beacon, showing that she is focusing on herself here and not anyone else. at least not initially, meaning she is the central character here. Next is a discussion unto itself, but saying Yang's an extrovert, especially in volumes 1 to 3, isn't exactly a stretch, and since the scene undoubtedly occurs at night, this does coincide with the research, making this much more valid. Now, I will accept that no verbal aggression actually happens, however, the tone which Yang says,
Who are you?
isn't exactly friendly, and later in the scene, her eyes change to red, symbolic for her semblance and her change in mood.
So, that's all 4 points. How exactly can you say that this is a dream?
Okay, here we go. So, point 1 showed that the end credit scene coincides with a similar animation style in Volume 4 during a dream. This alone holds much merit towards the idea it's a dream. Point 2 showed us American women are much more likely to dream about family members and strangers. Apply this to Raven, and you have one package of a strange family member in one combo, again inferring a dreamlike scenario. Finally, points 3 and 4 showed us more evidence that this is indeed a dream, by applying more scenarios to the end credit scene, further inferring that it is indeed a dream. Boom.
Hard to argue with the evidence both in RWBY and real life, but this is only half a theory.
Indeed. Now, let's revisit each point thinking solely about where it takes place in RWBY.
So, where should we begin this time?
At point 1, Steve. You know, start at the start and all.
Yeah, fair point. Shall we continue?
So now, let's actually look at Beacon. It really is fine, and is definitely not destroyed. And as we know, the Battle of Beacon doesn't start until Volume 3, Chapter 10. I mean, come on, it's even called the Battle of Beacon. So, the dream must take place before the events of Volume 4, considering the state of Beacon. A simple start, but let's keep digging. Now, I'm going to mix up the points a little to ensure we leave no stone unturned. So let's skip ahead to point number 4. As I previously mentioned, Yang is in a Volume 1 to 3 outfit, and I know there are minor changes between each volume, but these are mainly down to animation improvements. For further clarification, during Yang's dream in Volume 4, Chapter 4, she is wearing the same thing she is actually wearing during the episode, so this definitely tells us that the dream occurs in Volumes 1, 2, or 3. Moving up 1 to point 3 now, Yang's arm. And as much as it pains me to do so, let's talk about it. We can clearly see, during the end credit scene, Yang has both arms. Both natural arms, I will add. Even further showing that it takes place in Volume 1, 2, or 3.
So, you're making the same point 3 times?
Not necessarily. We can begin to close the gap a little now. So Yang loses her arm in Volume 3, Chapter 11. But in Volume 3, Chapter 10, she states,
I'm heading to the docks near the courtyard. The Whitefang are releasing Grimm into the school.
The next we see her is back in Chapter 11. I seriously doubt that in that time she decided to lie down and dream about her mum. Furthermore, during Cinder's announcement in Volume 3, Chapter 9, we see Yang in her room. So we can close the gap a little more and say the dream must occur before Cinder's announcement in Volume 3, Chapter 9.
It's good, but you've still got over 2.5 volumes to go. Your last point has got some ground to cover.
Don't you worry, Steve. I'll cover ground like the crow flies. Or Raven, in this case. So finally, we come to point 2, Raven. During the scene, we see her full outfit. She then removes her mask and we see her face. Seems pretty standard so far. But this is actually the most important part of this theory. The first time we see Raven is during Volume 2, Chapter 11, just after Yang's fight with Neo. Yang is unconscious at the time, but comes to right before she leaves. But as we see from this screenshot, Yang only sees her from behind and very briefly. Therefore, it is very unlikely that Yang could create an accurate cognitive image of Raven in her dream from only seeing her for such a short period, meaning the dream must take place after Volume 2, Chapter 11.
Great! We finally have an accurate time slot!
But I'm not done yet. We must address the fact that Yang sees Raven's face for the first time in the scene. Or is it? Even after seeing Raven for the first time, Yang never sees her face. We know that she only saw part of Raven because Yang actually says it in Volume 3, Chapter 8.
And I thought I saw her. Her sword. Like the one in you and Dad's old picture.
Not only does this confirm that Yang only recognised the part of Raven she saw, but also means that the dream must have taken place after Yang sees Raven's face for the first time. And when exactly is that moment?
Ah, now you mention it, isn't it?
Volume 3, Chapter 4, when Crow shows Ruby and Yang the picture of Team Stark. Boom.
But doesn't Crow cover Raven's face?
Yeah, he does. But Yang reacts to the picture immediately before he covers her face and is fixated on it during Crow's speech. There is no way she did not see her face before Crow covers it.
So how close have you narrowed it down?
So, the dream has to take place after Volume 3 Chapter 4 and before Volume 3 Chapter 9. But I'm still not finished. Going back to Volume 3 Chapter 8, Crow tells Yang he knows where Raven is, and if she wants to track her down, he can help. Surely, this is the event that triggers her to dream about Raven, meaning that the dream must take place in...
Whoa, mate! You're forgetting one critical thing about dreams right now.
What's that?
You have to be asleep in order to dream. If we're being technical, we can say Yang slept at any point after seeing Raven. But me being a man who likes proof, you need to prove to me Yang is asleep during the time slot, or this theory doesn't have an accurate conclusion.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Damn it! God damn, I can't believe it. Wait a second. Oh my god, that's it. That's gotta be it. Oh my god.
Slow
yes,
down. Tell the students what you're thinking.
Oh my god, this is gotta be it. Oh my god, oh my god. Just play the thing. The thing. Play the thing. Play the thing.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna rest up.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Are you saying rest up doesn't mean lie down and sleep? On top of this, the next time we see Yang, she's sitting on Blake's bed, which is below hers, and there has been ample time for her to attempt to rest, have the dream, and then speak to Crow about Raven. Yang dreamt about Raven, therefore sparking the conversation with Crow about her. This has to be it. With all the evidence I have provided you here today, I can say, without a doubt, that the end credit scene of RWBY Volume 2 is definitely Yang's dream, and it happens in Volume 3, Chapter 8.
Whoa! Did we just go camping? Because that was intense.
God damn it, Steve. Whew! Am I glad we got through that theory. This has been on my mind ever since first watching RWBY, and I'm so glad I got to share my thoughts with you guys. Just gotta say, this is a theory, so please treat it as such. In fact, if there's anything that has been missed, or any discrepancies you can find, please comment down below, as we would love to hear your feedback. So thanks for being here, Steve, making sure everything went smoothly.
You're welcome. Not bad for a first theory.
And of course, thank you so much for watching. Remember guys, drop a like,
Leave a comment,
subscribes are always appreciated,
and don't forget to ding the bell to get notified of our videos every Wednesday.
thanks again for watching, and we will see you next class.
Bye.